Today on the Trent Out Loud podcast. Word on the street is Diddy is going through it, and some would say it's well-deserved. Last week, Jay-Z got his case dismissed. Yesterday, Cassie announced that she's expecting her third child with her husband. I know Diddy's somewhere in his jail cell punching the air right now like, yeah, I hate y'all, man. Stephen A. Smith is back in the headlines, and today it's not about him wanting to run for president. Let's just put that aside. He is dragging Jay-Z's friends for not coming to his defense. Stephen, it's giving you're a little desperate for Jay-Z's attention. What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, it's Thursday morning. Y'all know what that means. I'm in an extra good mood today because the weekend is only one day away. I mean, I'm always in a good mood, but an extra good mood. All right, I have three lead stories for you. We're going to kick it off by talking about Stephen A. Smith calling out Jay-Z's friends for not coming to his defense. A$AP Rocky has been found not guilty on all counts, but is A$AP Relli up next? Also, Diddy's illegal team is attempting to get one of his charges dismissed, and they're playing the race card while doing it. In quick news, we're going to talk Ashanti Nelly, Akademiks, Cassie, Trippie Redd, Kevin Hart, Tasha K, LeVar Ball, and 50 Cent. As always, we're going to close out the show with comment of the day, social discussion of the day, question of the day, and a little bit of sports news. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, or your devices up. I'm about to start this Thursday show. Let's go. This just in, breaking news, developing story. Tragic mid-air collision involving two small airplanes at an Arizona airport leaves two people unalived. A mid-air collision between two small planes near a regional airport in southern Arizona left two people unalived Wednesday morning, according to authorities. According to the National Transport Safety Board, each plane had two occupants when they collided. One aircraft managed to land safely while the other crashed near a runway and caught on fire. The police confirmed that both of the people who were unalived were from the crashed plane, and responders were unable to administer any medical aid. The two people on the other aircraft were uninjured. Fire crews quickly extinguished the blaze. So it also says investigators are en route to determine the cause of the accident. I'm sure most of you may have heard of this by now, so excuse me if things have developed and other people have changed, other things have changed with the people. I always like to preface that. I do have a video for you guys. I know everybody is freaking out now and being afraid to fly and all of that stuff, but I wanted to get this in here quickly to just tell you guys this. I don't know if it's going to make you feel any better or not, but this is a private airport. The FAA had nothing to do with this. The video that I'm going to play for you confirms that this airport is basically private planes. You see me, I see you, kind of like how we are on the highways driving around. Like there's nobody guiding us, nobody telling us when to land and when not to land. You have to trust the other pilot. So I know in the comment section, I've already seen it in other comment sections where it's Trump, FAA, the layoffs, DEIs. There's going to be so many things. It's important when something like this happens that we stick to the facts. This is a private airport with two private planes and two pilots. And from what I've gathered, and I'm going to play the video for you quickly, it's up onto the pilots to determine when they land, when they're going to take off, and to look out for each other. And obviously, this happened. I know it's crazy. We've talked about it the past 2 days. Literally, this is going to be now the 9th plane crash in 2025. But I do think the context is important. Listen to the video.
We've seen a series of crashes involving planes recently, but today's crash involved two small planes at a regional airport. Conan.
That's right. We want to make sure this point is made at the outset. This was not a commercial aircraft incident, but two private planes that apparently collided. This is a small general aviation airport. There are no commercial flights, just private planes. There is no tower. This is essentially see and be seen. It's up to the pilots to make sure they maintain a safe distance from each other.
Here's some additional information. There were two people aboard each aircraft, a Landcare and a Cessna, according to the Federal Aviation Administration. Reports state that the aircraft collided while upwind on runway 12, according to preliminary investigation from the National Transportation Safety Board. The NTSB states the Cessna landed uneventfully. The Landcare impacted terrain near runway 3 and a post-impact fire ensued. Both the FAA and the NTSB will investigate, and the NTSB investigators will be en route to the scene. Our thoughts are with those who are affected. So, like I said, that's all the information we have now. This literally just happened like a couple of minutes ago. I wanted to get it out to you guys. Like with the Toronto incident that actually happened in breaking news, we'll get more information and tell you guys about it more tomorrow. But like I said, this is not a commercial airline. This is not at a commercial airport. It's private. I don't know if that means anything different to you guys. For me, it does. But of course, sound off below. Let me know if you think there's something bigger going on here. I said 2 days ago where I didn't think there's anything going on. I still don't, but I'm not going to lie and be like, yo, I'm super like not afraid to fly. Now I'm starting to question it. Although this is just, this is not commercial. I'm starting to question it now a little because something is going on. Something weird is going on. But anyways, yeah, let me know what you guys think. It's just unfortunate, the people, the casualties. That's what's the sad part about this. So let me know what you guys think that is going on, and we'll find more information and talk to you about it tomorrow. Let's go on to lead stories. Comment below and let me know what you think about all the airplane incidences. Our first lead story. Stephen A. Smith goes in on Jay-Z's friends for not openly speaking up on his defense when he was falsely accused. He says the bigger issue is the punks that society has turned us into. Stephen A. Smith wants to know why Jay-Z's friends were so quiet and why the people who believed he was guilty are silent now. Let's just go over to the video for Stephen A. Smith, and I'll let you know what I think after. Take a listen.
I was taking a lot of heat for coming to Jay-Z's defense. My initial question is, where the hell are y'all now? And to the people who have smiled in Jay-Z's face, who were supposed to be his friends, who were supposed to be supportive of his, where y'all at? We don't know what happened or whatever the case may be. That's fair. But in the same breath, what was I being attacked for? What I said was, the man that I have known and I have been friends with for 25 years, there's no way I believe he's capable of something like that. You know what the sad part is? Some of you out there might have believed Jay-Z was totally innocent, but you know what? It wasn't clickbait to say that. So what you wanted to do was throw it out there and give a reaction for clickbait purposes. That's sad. You just gonna go silent and just leave him hanging like that?
All right, let's break down a couple of things that he said that I totally disagree with. One, how could any one of Jay-Z's friends or anybody else who he's alluding to come out to his defense of something that he was accused of doing behind closed doors? The only way that you could logically come to someone's defense is if you were there. For example, if it was like, hey, Jay-Z did this at the concert, right? And it was, let's say, like on stage. Sorry, not let's on stage. Let's say backstage in a room. And there was like 30 people in the room and somebody says, hey, Jay-Z raised his hand in the air. You could be like, no, hold up a second. I was there. Jay-Z never raised his hand. I was looking at him the whole time. Or, you know what? I had my camera out. I have a recording. Here is proof. That's the only way that somebody could come to a defense. If somebody's accused of something that's happening behind closed doors, who is going to come out and say that? Now, Stephen A. Smith came out and was like, yo, the man who I know that I've been friends with for the past 25 years, I know he would never do something like that. Bro, you don't know what anyone's doing behind closed doors. You don't know that. And Stephen A. Smith got dragged for that. And as you guys know, my daily listeners, I don't hesitate to drag Stephen A. Smith. And I thought that he should have got dragged for that. If he's your friend, I get it. And if you don't want to say anything bad about him, that I get too. But to come out and just leap out and be like, well, no, he's my friend, I don't believe he could do something like that, I don't feel that's right, because you should be able to think about protecting your own self. Suppose it comes out where he was found guilty and he did do that. How would you look? You know what I'm saying? Like, and especially the whole case where there's a victim involved and all of that. Like, I thought it was wrong for him to come out and say that. If you're friends with somebody, you call them, you could support them behind the scenes. I don't agree with that at all. The other thing that he said was the fact that people thought that Jay-Z was innocent, but it wasn't clickbait enough, so they said that he was guilty. I don't agree with that at all. I do know there are some people who do things that are clickbaity. I get it. But how could anybody, especially content creators who are making titles for videos, how could they come out and be like, yo, Jay-Z is innocent? How could we make a title like that? How could anybody in the content creator community make a title that is not talking about him being charged or being guilty or not guilty or whatever? How could somebody come out and say, well, he's innocent? What kind of title would that be? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So the same thing that I always say about Stephen A. Smith is he is a great sports analyst. He is a legend, pioneer, but Stephen A. is trying to come into the content creator space. Everything that he's doing, that he's been going viral for in the past year and a half, has been on his Stephen A. Smith show that's on YouTube. It's the same thing like I have my Trend Out Loud podcast on YouTube. He has the same thing. He has the same show or the same kind of show on YouTube. And I feel like he's doing these things to garner views. So I find it ironic that he's calling out content creators and being like, you guys are just doing these things for views, when every day he's sitting down on his show just trying to do things for views and also trying to get Jay-Z's attention. Like, yo, Jay, your friends are not really your friends. I'm your friend, bro. Like, come on, man. I'm pretty sure they're not even really good friends. From what I know, I actually called somebody that were like, they're acquaintances. They know each other. You know what I'm saying? So give me a break. You're acting around like y'all are boys from Marcy Projects and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, anyways, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. And again, it's not about guilty or not guilty or whatever. It's really about you cannot come to someone's defense if you were not there. And the court case, which we all know about, said that there was Diddy, Jay-Z, and Celebrity A, who's a female who will maybe never be able to say who it was. So there's 3 people in the room. Those are the only 3 people that could come to Jay-Z's defense. So Stephen A. Smith is wrong. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our second lead story. A$AP Rocky has been found not guilty on both charges in his felony assault trial. The rapper was facing up to 24 years in prison if found guilty. According to Rolling Stones, A$AP jumped over the bench wall to hug Rihanna after the not guilty verdict was read. All right, we're going to break this down. I have some videos to show you. I'm sure most of you have know about this already. This news broke like the second, like not the second, but literally like 5 or 10 minutes after we wrapped up yesterday's show. I would have loved to got it in breaking news, but most importantly, I'm just happy for Rocky. I'm going to break down some things and play some videos for you guys. But first of all, I want to ask, am I the only one who's not really surprised by this? Like, we knew he wasn't going to be found guilty with all the mistakes that A$AP Relli and the prosecution was making. First and foremost, and by the way, for those who are saying I'm just saying this now, you could go back to my other podcast and there's proof there that I said that he was not going to get found guilty. The fact that they turned down a plea deal, and I told you guys about this, the prosecution gave him a plea deal of, instead of facing 24 years, they were going to give him 6 months with 2 years probation, and the 6 months is in LA and they have crowded prisons. He would have maybe gone in there maybe for 2 or 3 weeks, and then they would have let him out because of the overcrowding. So the fact that he turned that down, and I also said, everybody that's now saying, oh yeah, we knew he was not going to get found guilty. I told you guys the reason why he turned that down is not for the 2 or 3 weeks that he would have spent in jail. He could have done that, no problem. It's everything that you have to do after. They would have given him like 5 years probation. He wouldn't be able to travel certain places. And you think being on probation is fun? Yes, it's not being in jail, but you're still on probation. You'd probably have a curfew. You had to be inside by 11 o'clock. He probably couldn't do this, probably couldn't do that, couldn't associate with this people. So everybody that was like, yo, he's crazy, you should have taken the plea deal, I knew right away that his lawyers obviously are the ones who is giving him the advice to not take the plea deal. And the fact that facing 24 years and that crappy of a plea deal, they told me right away that the prosecution had a very, very weak case, and they didn't think that they were actually going to go to trial because they would got embarrassed. So they offered him little to nothing. Shout out to ASAP Relli. Shout out to ASAP Rocky and his team. It is so hard not to take plea deals. Trust me, I've been in this situation multiple of times with friends and family members and myself for things that we don't have to talk about right now. But they give you, especially when they know they have a weak case, they give you these plea deals that are so enticing that you're like, why should I go through all of this, man? Let me just take this. And it ends up being hell. You have a charge on your record for the rest of your life. Like I said, you're going through 5 years, and yes, you're not in jail, but it is not easy to go through probation. Trust me. Anyways, like I said, I am not surprised. I was 99.9% sure that he was gonna his charges were gonna be dropped. But apparently ASAP was shocked himself. You know what I mean? But I think it's a little different because even though when you're sure of something, it's easy for me to be sure. It's not so easy when you're facing 24 years. Here is a video of ASAP Rocky jumping over the bench trying to hug. Everybody is saying that it went to hug Rihanna. He went to hug his mom and Rihanna. I have a picture of it. But here's a video for those who haven't seen it. Take a look. Hilarious. Here is a picture of him hugging his mom and Rihanna in the courtroom. This is him jumping over the little bench there. Okay, so let's now go over to ASAP Relli and talk about what ASAP Rocky's lawyer is saying is going to happen next to Relli. I feel like a lot of people are missing this. So Rihanna and ASAP Rocky, hand in hand, as defense attorney Joe, we're calling him ASAP Joe now, recaps trial outside the courthouse. Listen to this.
Turned down a plea for almost no jail time because he was innocent. And I've always said this wasn't extortion. The extortion played out live in color in court. The district attorney should look long and hard at prosecuting Tyrell Efron.
Selective prosecution.
We said that from day one. They should do it now. They have him admitting perjury. They have him committing extortion. The jury went through it and came to an enormously quick and speedy verdict.
All right, so you heard it there where he said, hey, we turned down a deal because he knew he was innocent. So he also saying that the prosecution should now go after ASAP Relli because the extortion played out live in court. So for those of you who don't know, I actually have a snippet of ASAP Relli that they played in court saying, yo, I'm really just want to go after ASAP Rocky. I'm going to get $30 million out of him. This is, when I heard this come out, I was like, yo, it's over. It's done with. What are you talking about? You cannot, you can't catch me in court saying, yo, I'm going to lie. I'm going to do all of this. I'm going to get $30 million out of him. You know, like, duh. Anyways, listen to this. Take a listen.
I already know. I'm getting 30 M's. I'll walk away, basically, and say it's going to be because I'm on another island. Just relax. You get what I'm saying? They're going to be scrambling to find me because now they have to go against Rocky, the state, and they have evidence and this, that, and third, but not going to be the same when we present it to a jury and you don't have a complaining witness.
And what's even better is what he said after they played this in court. Listen to his defense of the videotape that they played. Listen to what his defense is.
I just keep playing fake audio to him, like fake stuff. I never said none of that to him. It doesn't even make sense.
I never said none of that to him. It doesn't make sense. Bro, we can hear you on the recording. Anyways, we will see what happens. ASAP Relli still has a civil case against ASAP Rocky, which that's going to get thrown out because of what just happened here. And that's the $30 million. So ASAP Relli might be charged for perjury. We'll see what the prosecution is going to do. Word on the street is they are going to do it, and he is up next. We shall see. And yeah, shout out to ASAP. Shout out to ASAP Joe, his lawyer, and Rihanna, all of them, their kids, their family members, his mom. This is a big win. And like I said, huge guts not taking that plea deal, man. And I think a lot of people should look to this as an example. If you believe you're innocent and you know you're innocent, or even if you have, you have a strong case, stop copying the pleads, and, fight your case. Shout out to ASAP. Our third lead story. Diddy's legal team moves to dismiss prosecution's charge alleging racial targeting. You're desperate when? Attorneys for Diddy are calling for the dismissal of one charge against the music mogul, arguing he is the target of an unfair and racially motivated case. An unfair case? Really? I've always questioned Diddy's lawyers, man. Anyways, the case is unprecedented in many ways, but perhaps the most notable and most disturbing, no white person has ever been the target of a remotely similar prosecution, Diddy's offense stated in a motion filed Tuesday evening. Mr. Combs has been singled out because he is a powerful black man, and he is being prosecuted for conduct that regularly goes unpunished. How is that the defense? Like, this regularly goes unpunished. It's not legal, but it doesn't necessarily go, it regularly goes unpunished, so don't punish him. What are you talking about? Diddy's attorney seeks to drop count 3 of the indictment, which is transportation to engage in the P word. They argue that such charges have historically been used to target black men. What was racist in its inception has often been racist in its operation, they wrote, pointing to the Man's Act history as a tool to prosecute men of color. Prosecutors strongly rejected the racist claims, previously raising concerns in court after Diddy's lawyer, Mark, told TMZ the case was to take down a successful black man. Listen, y'all know I'm always down to ride for my people, you know what I'm saying? But please give me a break. You know what I'm saying? Like, Diddy was targeted for his own wrongdoing. He was targeted because of that video that came out. He's targeted because he's been doing so many people wrong for so many years, and he is going to go down for it. Simple, plain and simple. And even if you get this one charge dismissed, you're not going to get all the other charges dismissed. This is going to trial. Now, maybe he might get found guilty or not. We don't know how the legal system is going to play out here. You know what I'm saying? But stop with the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Stop with the this, the that, or whatever. Jay-Z, Diddy is just really jealous that Jay-Z got his case dropped. People are out here doing well or whatever, and he's sitting down. Mayor Eric Adams, I heard that he is so upset that Mayor Eric Adams' case got dismissed. Trump, you're helping out everybody. This is going on. Nobody's thinking about me. Of course, nobody's thinking about you, Diddy. We've seen the tape with Cassie, and we've seen all the other civil cases that are going on against you. So stop with the race card. You're not winning anybody over. All right, that brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. Our first quick story. Somebody flew a drone up to Drake's penthouse in Sydney. A drone flew up to Drake's hotel room in Sydney, Australia, and he tried to knock it down with a shoe. Literally yesterday, this video was in my phone as much as ASAP. Like, I was on Instagram, like, ASAP Rocky not guilty. Oh, Drake, a drone, Drake. Here's a video. By the way, it's staged, it's fake. It's a commercial for Stake, the gambling site. Just take a listen. Okay, the level of corny in the video is ridiculous, but in Drake's defense, he did sign, I think it's $180 million contract with Stake, so he does have to keep doing this promotion. I just don't know why the promotions always have to be corny and just not cool. It's crazy. Drake posted on his Instagram, he said, "The stakes are high, but so am I." Drake. This whole week has been a really non-Drake week for me. With everything that's going on with Kendrick, Drake has to be more strategic out here, not just thinking about his money and his contracts with Stake, but not a good look, Drizzy. Our second quick story. The White House shares an ASMR video placing illegal aliens in handcuffs and chains for a deportation flight. Somebody said, a blog said, "I think the White House needs to come off social media for a little bit because what is this?" All right, so I saw Neighborhood Talk post this, and I was like, this can't really be from the White House. I went to the White House, and you'll see right here in the corner, this was literally a video from the White House official Instagram account. I played for you guys on Valentine's Day that post that Donald Trump put out with him. Was it him and Elon Musk, or him and the borders are? And it was, roses are red, violets are blue. If you come to this country illegally, we will deport you. And I was like, yo, this guy is crazy. Thought it was kind of funny, and I kind of liked it a little bit, but this is going a little too far now. An ASMR video, just listen to it. The reason why I like the Valentine's Day post is not the whole stance on immigration. It's just the fact that I like that politicians are starting to learn how to speak to a younger demographic, a TikTok and a social media demographic. So whether you agree with immigration or not, it's translating to a younger demographic. So I give them credit for that. And ASMR is something too that talks to a younger demographic, but to be putting somebody in handcuffs and putting them on a plane and putting that out to promote your immigration agenda, I think is distasteful. And whether they are here illegally or not illegally, they are getting deported, right? So you're taking somebody away from their family. And I get they were here illegally and they should be deported. I get it. But I just don't think that's a time to be showing. I don't think that's something to be showing and to be making light of. I just don't agree with it. But you guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. Our third quick story. All right, y'all want to get paid? Elon Musk says he will ask Trump for $5,000 in DOGE dividends for every American, and it will cost more than $1.675 trillion to do so. All right, so before y'all get excited, just listen to the numbers. Elon Musk, head of Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, has suggested that U.S. taxpayers could receive $5,000 payout thanks to savings from his agency budget cuts. Musk posted the idea on X, formerly Twitter, saying his plan is to discuss this with President Trump. The concept, which Musk calls DOGE dividends, would distribute the refund checks to every American citizen. While the proposal sounds appealing, the numbers behind it raise financial questions. To put Musk's idea into perspective, let's break it down. So the estimated U.S. population in 2024 is around 335 million people. Giving each person $5,000 would cost $1.675 trillion in total. That is nearly 40% of the total federal budget, which is $4.9 trillion for 2024. It also represents around 6% of the U.S. GDP, which is $28 trillion. This means the government would need to find nearly $1.7 trillion in savings to fund the program, an amount greater than the entire annual budget for Social Security, which is $1.4 trillion. Okay. Musk's Department of Government Efficiency was created to cut wasteful federal spending, but it's unclear how much money the agency will actually save. Even with aggressive budget cut, experts question whether the government could free up enough cash for such a large amount. The Trump administration has already slashed funding for various programs, including $600 million in education grants, major reductions in diversity, equity, and inclusion. We've talked about that at length. And cuts to government contracts deemed unnecessary. So, with all of that in mind, what do you guys think? Do you guys like this idea? Do you not? As you guys know, most of my audience is American, 80%. So this is a question for y'all, my American viewers. The point of cutting, from what I understood, the point of this government efficiency was to cut waste to bring down the deficit. So if you do this, and I want y'all to get your money for sure, but if you cut from spending and give to people, every person, people are saying that will really raise inflation. So my idea would be, if you're able to cut that much, I would say pay some down to the deficit and maybe give 5 or even more to the people that need it. Put them in a certain category. Why should somebody who's a multimillionaire get a $5,000 check? I think this is a good idea in concept, but I think it should be worked out not to every American. And you should maybe say, if, you know, for people that have children or people that make less than a certain amount per year, 200 or 150 or whatever it is. And that's how you can make this a more successful program. But that's just my idea. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our fourth quick story. Okay, I'm really excited to see what you guys think about this. This probably should have been a discussion of the day, but whatever. I need like 2 or 3 discussions of the day. The whole podcast is a discussion, so I don't even know why we have discussion of the day. Anyways, I digress. I'm talking too much. Y'all know Thursdays. I get a little chatty. What up, Thursday? All right. Pilot cancels flight to Hawaii because he wasn't feeling it. So yesterday we told you about all the, not all the, but the 8 plane crashes that has happened since in 2025, and how a lot of people are afraid to fly right now. This pilot was like, yo, I'm going to play the clip for you in a second, but he was like, there's something with the oil filter and they're saying that I could fly, but you know what? I'm not feeling it. And he canceled his flight. Some people are like, yes, good on him. And other people are like, well, listen, I have the resorts and I was going on vacation and now you're messing up my flight because he didn't know if he had another plane available. So I'm going to play the video, but I really want to know what you guys think about this. But listen to the video first.
The aircraft is being observed, so to speak, because oil pressure on the number 2 engine is trending upward, and the aircraft is going to require fuel system filter replacement when the aircraft gets back from Hawaii. They've told us that the plane's good to go, but I'm not really feeling it. I'm not going to leave the ground if I'm not completely certain that we have an airworthy aircraft, so I'm refusing the aircraft.
So the oil pressure was trending upwards, and they're like, yeah, we'll just change the oil filter when you come back from Hawaii. And it probably was like, yo, it's up to my discretion. Although y'all are clearing it, I don't feel comfortable. And you can hear people in the background at the end when he's like, I hate to do this to you. They're like, what? Oh my gosh, because now reality sinks in, right? But I don't know. I think I'm happy for this, man. Y'all, sorry, I don't feel comfortable. I'm out. I try to always think about that every time I'm at the airport and my flight is delayed or it's canceled or whatever. Like, just think how you would feel if you were one of those people in the Toronto flight where you land upside down. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But at the same time, like, yeah, you don't want to be out flying, trying to get somewhere, going to a meeting or going on vacation and going somewhere. And pilots are now like, yo, I don't feel comfortable. And then they start canceling everything. So I am on the fence on this, but I think we should definitely applaud the pilot for speaking up and speaking his mind. But what do you guys think about pilots making their own decisions, even though everybody has cleared their flight? How would you feel if you're on a flight? Let me know. Our fifth quick story. Drake and PartyNextDoor's new album, Some Sexy Songs for You, is projected to debut at number 1 on Billboard 200 with 250,000 units sold in its first week, Hits Daily Double reports. This will be Drake's 14th number 1 album and PartyNextDoor's first number 1 album. All right, so shout out to Drake and Party. I projected yesterday that they were going to do less than that. I think what I said yesterday was 190 to 210. I did say anything under 200 would be a flop. 250 is not amazing. We read out his first weeks and he's had a first week like this, but his last 2 were 400. So he's not off yet. It's still number 1, but it's still not Drake numbers, what he used to be doing. But something that I did hear is, I'm going to play a clip for you in a second, where Charlemagne was said on The Breakfast Club, the label is still calling and promoting the records. And that is what was up for discussion. Drake suing Universal, and this was supposed to be, oh, we're going to teach you a lesson. How are you going to sell units without having the label backing? But then Charlemagne, I don't know if this was a slip or what, but he said, yeah, the label called to make sure that we're playing his songs. Now, before I play it for you, he doesn't say which label. And last week I told you guys, Drake is signed to Universal and is suing Universal, yes, as a solo artist. But Drake has a distribution deal for OVO Sound, and PartyNextDoor is one of his artists, and he's signed to Sony. And I was saying, I think Sony is going to try to work this album make sure that it sells. So if Drake wants to decide to leave Universal, settle, drop the case or whatever, and come over to Sony, then he would be encouraged to if they could show him that they're working the album. I would love to know. I've been trying to make some calls and nobody has answered this for me yet. As soon as I find out, I'll let you guys know. But here is Charlemagne saying that the labels are calling and working. So somebody is still working this project. Take a listen.
Sexy Songs for You is supposed to be headed to #1 on Billboard. I know.
You still got the labels calling saying what song should be at radio. Yeah, so even through the lawsuit.
I know,
they did that last week.
I just listened to that again. He said even through the lawsuit, they just did that last week. He said so he's talking about Universal. So Universal is still working the Drake project. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think about Drake hitting #1. And I would think we should really be looking at the next week numbers and the week after. Remember what I told you guys yesterday, how the first day's streaming numbers were so high, breaking records, and then the next day it fell off. We'll see what happens in week 2. I don't think this album is strong enough. I don't think the lead singles are falling enough. I think Drake made a huge mistake with this album, but we shall see. Our 6th quick story. All right, 50 Cent is still trolling Joe Budden. For those of you who are not seeing this, there is a picture up beside me with Joe Budden with his shirt off outside of a I don't know, it looks like a house. But I think this picture is AI. I don't think it's really real. For those of you who don't know, Joe Budden had to go to court in December. He got kicked out of the building where he was. He said that he was sleepwalking with no clothes on. The neighbors called. They sued him. It was a big thing. And then yesterday, Joe put out a clip from his podcast saying that he thinks that 50 Cent was wrong for trolling Irv Gotti when he passed away. And now 50 Cent is mad at Joe and he's using the court case against him. That's for those of you who don't know. So he said, Joe, the F is you doing out here with no clothes on, Joe? What, how you open the door if you sleeping, fool? Nah, F that. You trying to be, whatever. Some things I can't say. Anyways, Joe said that he was sleepwalking. That's how he beat the case. He was like, no, I wasn't just walking around with no clothes on. I was sleepwalking, and he got the case dropped. Or I think maybe he settled or did something. Anyways, 50 Cent is still trolling Joe Budden, and it's hilarious. Here's another picture. This has to be AI because it was supposed to be in the hallway of a condo, and this is outside. And Joe is not even this skinny. This is AI, and this is 50 being 50, and I love every second of it. It's hilarious. Our 7th quick story. The way Nelly is looking at his wife. The two popped out on the red carpet for the premiere of The Address. All right. People were kind of making rounds about this. I'll put up the picture here. You'll see Nelly, how he's looking at Ashanti. I think she looks good. A couple of people were dragging her, saying this dress doesn't fit her that nicely. I think she looks fine. But what people are really talking about is they tried to get him to kiss her on the red carpet, and he didn't want to. And he's like, I always kiss my wife, but didn't kiss her. Yo, if Ashanti was my wife, I'd be kissing her every second of the day, yo. Take a look at the video.
Okay. Nelly, give her a kiss. Give her a kiss, Nelly.
Or look at me.
Give your wife a kiss, Nelly.
I always kiss my wife. Nelly, did you get it?
For those of you who don't know, I have an ongoing joke. Well, I used to have an ongoing joke on my Instagram that I was dating Ashanti. I used to Photoshop myself in pictures. It was like a funny joke. I was like, yo, it's my baby mama, my wifey. But then she got with Nelly, and then I stopped doing it. Shout out to Nelly and Ashanti. Our 8th quick story. Akademiks shares his thoughts following the projected sales numbers for Drake and Party Next Door's album. Akademiks said, don't worry, I'm going to try to talk some sense into Drake as well for his next solo album. Since y'all care about sales now, I'll convince him to sell shirts, vinyls, and every other bundle like other rappers to get their fake numbers up. Drake's next solo album, as long as he waits 6 months, is going to do 500,000. Book it. Yo, Akademiks said he's going to try to talk to Drake and share his thoughts on and he also shared his thoughts on Party Next Door's and Drake's album projected to sell 250,000 units this first week. Yo, Akademiks, it's okay to say that Drake messed up and this album didn't do well. You don't have to blame it on, people packaging and doing deals and all of that stuff. Like, yo, he did 250. It's not very impressing. I told y'all it wasn't impressing. I told y'all that his singles, that the songs weren't good enough to come back from what Kendrick did. It's okay. I understand, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's hard. I know it's hard being an ex-Drake fan, but just give it up, dude. What he's alluding to, by the way, is what I told you guys, I think yesterday or the day before, why Kendrick's album this week is back up at number one with 274,000 units sold, is what he's talking about here, where it's t-shirts, vinyls, and pre-sales, and now he's packaging it all this week after the Super Bowl so his album could go back at number one. But people have been doing that since the beginning of time, and this is another thing that Drake has done. So it's just like the court case where he's suing for things that people have been doing before, and now Akademiks is like, oh yeah, well he didn't do this time. Well, he's done it a bunch of times, so he could have done bundles, he could have done that stuff before. So this is Ak just still being in denial, man. Get off the Drake boat, dude. I did. It's so much more fun over on this side. Our ninth quick story. Congratulations, Cassie Ventura is expecting her third baby with husband Alex Fine. Cassie Ventura is adding another bundle of joy to her beautiful family. The singer and model just announced that she's expecting baby number 3 with her husband Alex Fine. The soon-to-be mom of 3 made the announcement on Instagram, sharing a heartwarming carousel post featuring her baby bump and her 2 adorable daughters, Frankie and Sunny. Fans and celebrities quickly flooded to the comment section with love and congratulations, celebrating this exciting new chapter for Cassie. Cassie's news follows 2 tough years filled with public challenges. Despite the hardships, she remains focused on her healing journey and embracing the positive moments in her life. Shout out to Cassie. Here is the picture that people are talking about with her baby bump and her 2 daughters. So looking beautiful. Congratulations to her. Wonder how Diddy feels. You know what I mean? Like, Diddy's like, yo, Diddy got, Jay-Z got his case dismissed. Cassie's out here with my $30-40 million that I gave her. I wonder how he feels not giving Cassie that money at first and then turning around 24 hours later. So many people forget about this, huh? Diddy would not be in the situation he is in now had he not just given Cassie the $30 million. Do you guys remember that? November 2023, it broke. Wow, Cassie's suing Diddy. Boom, he paid her off in like 24 hours. If his arrogance and his ego didn't get the best of him, he would have paid off that civil suit. Nobody would have known anything. But I think we're all just better off now because we didn't have to go through the rest of our life thinking that he was this amazing CEO, music mogul that has given us all this music and he was this great person, right? We've been hearing for years and years and years of the terrible things that Diddy has done to artists and the bad contracts, and it's always been kind of like up in the air the type of person he is. So, you know, for him, I'm sure he regrets it, but I think for us, we're better off as a society knowing who Diddy really is. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our 10th quick story. Coi Leray and Trippie Redd share interesting tweets amid alleged breakup. I really don't like this guy, Trippie Redd. I really don't like him. All right, I read this tweet to you. I think I put this in social discussion 2 days ago. I'll read it to you now so that it gives you context to Trippie Redd's reply tweet. So Coi Leray said, girls don't care if he got a baby on the way, married, in a relationship, just had a baby, happily in love. It doesn't matter what it is. They're going to always be there. What matters is a man's discipline and the way he don't play about his girl. He got to be ready for commitment 100%. So we all knew that was that was going at her baby daddy, Trippie Redd. Trippie Redd replied and said, to every B word I've ever done wrong, I'll do it again. These guys are so whack, bro. Like, why don't you just be quiet? Can somebody please let me know if Coi Leray still has that baby or not? I cannot find this out, and I'm really upset. She herself has put out pictures, and people have put out pictures without the baby bump. But I think she was like 4 or 5 months pregnant. So what's going on? I don't know if these pictures are before that. Like, why would you be pregnant and then put out pictures of you before if you're still pregnant? I don't get it. So if she still is pregnant, I feel bad for her that she's going through this. and especially with these horrible text messages that this loser is putting out while she is pregnant. But I still would like to know, because I'm not exactly sure how far along she was in her pregnancy, but I haven't been able to find this out. And I normally could find out everything, and I just don't know. I don't know anybody in Coi Leray's camp. Somebody help me out there, you detectives out there. Let me know in the comment section below. Our 11th quick story. All right, this is another thing that could have been a discussion of the day. The flower girl twerks down the aisle during a wedding. All right, a lot of people are talking about this. I'm going to play the video for you right now. Somebody, the blog says, okay, this is different. What are your thoughts? This is a wedding, an adult wedding. And just keep in mind, this is at a house. It's not in a church. But look at the video, and then we'll talk about it on the other side. All right, there's a lot of people on each side of this. People are literally dragging them. How can you do this at a wedding? And some people are like, yo, this is their wedding. What always shocks me is how much people think they know what's going on by a 10-second clip. Like, we don't know what's going on and how this came about. We don't know the background to it. We don't even know who's getting married. Suppose this is like somebody in the music industry. Like, we don't know who this is. But let's, for the sake of conversation, just assume that this is a regular person's wedding. Now, my opinion, and I pretty much gave it away in the beginning, if this was in a church, I would have a problem with it. But this is an outdoor wedding. It looks like it's like a mansion wedding or somewhere like in the islands or whatever. And if you want your flower girl coming down and twerking, who cares? Like, why do people care? And people are like, oh, this is so ghetto. Look at the wedding. Look at the people there. Look at the background. Like, clearly they're not ghetto. I just feel like it's probably a fun couple. I feel like it's either a young couple or maybe an older couple like that doesn't have kids, or it's like their second marriage or third marriage. Normally when it's somebody's like second or third marriage, like they give up the formalities and just want to celebrate and have fun. So like I said, it's either a young person's wedding or somebody who's got married a couple of times and they're just like, yo, I just want to have fun. I want my friends and family, and it's fun. That's what a marriage and a reception is supposed to be. It's supposed to be have fun. You're celebrating your union together, and who are we to judge them? So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. But just remember, this is not in a church. What do you think about this? Do you think it's right? Do you think it's wrong? Let me know. Our 12th quick story. Kevin Hart reaches settlement with ex-assistant and blogger Tasha K, after defamation and extortion claims. All right, Kevin Hart is dropping his defamation lawsuit against his former assistant and blogger Tasha K after receiving a settlement with the women. Court documents revealed that Hart reached an unconditional deal on February the 14th, and the case is expected to close once the settlement is finalized. Hart filed the lawsuit after his ex-assistant claimed in December 2023 interview with Tasha K that he was facing charges related to a 2017 SEX tape. Kevin Hart denied the claims, calling them proverbially false and damaging to his reputation. The lawsuit also included breach of contract claims over the NDA his ex-assistant signed and civil extortion, alleging that an associate of Tasha K also offered not to release the interview for $250,000. However, the extortion claim was eventually dismissed. His ex-assistant and Tasha K deny any wrongdoing. Tasha K, is it Tasha K or Tasha K? Tasha K. Anyways, she stayed being in court. I totally forgot about this. And she also has her case with Cardi B. Tasha K is wild out there, but shout out to Tasha K. I get some stories from her sometimes. Like, she's doing her thing, and she has, a pretty decent platform. But I wonder if she's like, all right, I'm done now with all of these lawsuits. I think she's still running. I think she still hasn't given Cardi B her money yet. Between Cardi, Kevin Hart, yo, Tasha, I got good lawyers, man. Come see me. Call me. I'll hook you up. I haven't got no legal letters, no claims, no nothing. I'm just here chilling, talking about Jay-Z and Diddy all I want. You know what I'm saying? Pay your lawyers or pay Kevin Hart and Cardi B. What do you want to do? Trust me, lawyers are expensive, but they're cheaper than the celebrities. Call me. Our 13th quick story. 50 Cent takes jabs at Diddy after the latest motion to dismiss the prosecution-related charges. He says, yeah, you're black. All right, so this is to our, what was it, our our third lead story about Diddy. So 50 Cent is throwing his 2 cents on Diddy's legal battle. Oh, that was funny. 50 Cent is throwing in his 2 cents. Get it? No pun intended. On Tuesday, February the 18th, Diddy's legal team filed a motion to dismiss prosecution-related charges, arguing that the music mogul is being unfairly targeted under a racist law, the Mann Act. Diddy claimed the charges stem from his actions that are regularly unpunished, stating he's being prosecuted simply because he is black. In response to the news, 50 Cent took to Instagram to taunt Diddy, writing and saying, Diddy's 4 lawyers are charging Brother Love $5K an hour to do stuff like this. He's in there like, yo, they treated me because I'm black. Yeah, man, because you black. Call me. I could have told you that was not going to work for free. As reported, Diddy is currently being held in MDC, Brooklyn, on charges of SA, whatever, racketeering, and he has pled not guilty. If convicted, he faces up to life in prison. Is he facing life in prison? I thought it was like 30, 40 years. I didn't know he's facing life in prison. Jeez. Anyways, that's the second troll by 50 Cent we have just in quick news in one day. Spy 50 is one of my favorite people. He stayed trolling people and he doesn't care. I love it. And let's not forget, 50 Cent has a documentary coming out on Diddy with Netflix, and it is dubbed to be the best undisputed documentary of Diddy of all times. I know people that are in it already, that it's crazy, but we're not going to get it until after the court case. 50 is being really smart. He and Netflix are going to put it out at the end instead of all of these people that are rushing and putting it before. Shout out to 50. Our 14th quick story. All right, this is so sad. This literally just came out as I started filming. LeVar Ball reportedly has his foot amputated following a medical issue. So sad, man. This is LeVar Ball, the father of the Ball brothers. I keep talking to you guys about Jello Ball, Mellow Ball, and I always forget the other one's name. Lonzo Ball. It's here in the article. Sorry, Lonzo. I always forget your name. This is really sad, man. Oh, you work all this time. I'm going to read the article. Sorry, but you work all this time. You work your whole life. You do all of this. Your sons have just made it into the NBA, signing $250 million contracts. Another one's a $200 million contract. Your other son just lands a music contract with Def Jam for $13 million, and you lose your foot. Oh, it's heartbreaking, man. We are sending prayers out to LeVar Ball following reports that he recently had his foot amputated after a medical issue. According to TMZ, LeVar, who is the father of Lonzo, Jello, and Mellow Ball, underwent a procedure to have his foot removed. Nonetheless, the outlet reports that he is doing well and in great spirits. TMZ obtained a photo of Lamar where he is seen smiling while sitting in a wheelchair, which appears to be after his procedure. We are sending well wishes to LeVar. All right, I went on Twitter and got the picture. It's nothing like bad to see. It makes me feel bad for him, man. Take a look. I know he's smiling and everything, but that's got to be tough, man. I got another report that says TMZ reports that the famous sports dad and businessman had his right foot amputated after suffering a serious medical issue. They still don't tell you what it is. Details of what exactly led to the amputation are limited at this time. However, LeVar is said to be in good spirits. LeVar and his son, Lonzo, Jello, and Mellow Ball have yet to publicly speak on the procedure. Leave some well wishes for the Ball family in the comment section below. Their mom, too, I don't know what her problem is, but she, too, is in a wheelchair. But this is before they even got signed. This is, I think, when they're still like in college. So, and she's not doing well. So just really sad, man, you know? It makes you just realize that, you know, money is not everything, and it's really all about your health and the time that we have here, man, you know? So, hope it's over, and I hope this is just the only thing that happens to him, and then, you know, you could live a fruitful life. But, it's just sad, man. I really like LeVar, man. For those of you who don't know, like, he made a name for those 3 boys before they even got into the NBA. And, you know, he kind of rubbed people the wrong way. Him and Stephen A. Smith would get into arguments. He would say he's better than Jordan back in his days. But the name that he made for himself coming out brought the attention to his boys, and his boys pretty much got their NBA contracts because of the noise and all the publicity that he made. I even have one of the shirts, Big Baller Brand, BBB, Big Baller Brand. I never got any of the shoes. It was supposed to be, he was like, yo, I'm coming out with Big Baller Brand, black, all in basketball sneakers. It never really came out or turned into anything, but it did have a little bit of an apparel run. I think I have it's a hoodie or a t-shirt. I think it's a hoodie. But anyways, shout out to LeVar, man. I'm sorry that this happened, but I hope you are well. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Our 15th quick story. Ja Rule delivers touching speech at Irv Gotti's memorial service with Jay-Z in attendance front row. Why do they have to put that Jay-Z is in attendance in front row? In a powerful moment of reflection and respect, Ja Rule was seen giving an emotional speech at Irv Gotti's memorial service honoring the legacy of the iconic record founder. The heartfelt tribute, which took place in a gathering with only close friends, family, and industry peers, captured a deep bond between the two men whose professional relationship shaped the sound of hip-hop in the early 2000s. Among the attendees were none other than Jay-Z, a longtime figure in the hip-hop industry who has had his own complex relationship with Irv Gotti in the past. Jay-Z was seen sitting front row, visually moved by the tribute and the ceremony. As two of the biggest names in the rap industry, Jay-Z and Irv Gotti, their path has crossed many times, sometimes in competition, sometimes in collaboration. But on this day, Jay's presence underscores the respect that Gotti commanded across the hip-hop community. Throughout Ja Rule's emotional speech, Jay-Z nodded in agreement. His quiet support highlighted the deep respect and admiration both men had for Gotti's work and the role he played in shaping the music world. Here is a clip. Take a listen.
Love you, Nina. I know this is tough for you too. He's home now. He's Obama. I mean, this is my brother. Like Chris said, it's the biggest honor to give somebody who's not your blood brother to say they're your brother. And let me take these glasses off. He deserves that respect.
Really sad to see Ja Rule up there like that, man. Shout out to Irv. He was a good dude. Like the article mentioned, he did rub some people the wrong way. Him, Dame Dash, and Jay-Z did have some conflict under Def Jam. You guys remember Jay-Z was president at one time with Rockefeller and with Inc. Records. But nice to see they put that aside. I wonder if Dame was there. That would have been somebody who I think would have been there. But I don't see any reports on that, and I haven't made any calls about it. But if Dame was there, I'll find out and let you guys know. Shout out to Irv. All right, this brings us to comments of the day. All right, so yesterday we started a new segment called Comments of the Day, where I'm going to go through your guys' comments. I'll take some funny things, some serious things, or something that I'm asking you guys for, and I'll read back your comments. And it all started because somebody was like, hey, you actually read our comments? Yes, every single night I do, okay? So yesterday in one of our stories, we were talking about Tyla, and she was saying of all the backlash, she was answering all the backlash she got from calling herself a colored person and her going on the Breakfast Club and wanting to avoid the controversy. So she was in British Vogue. She spoke about it. And I was asking my audience, because I have a pretty big viewership in South Africa. And I was asking, I said, hey, could some South Africans help us with this whole colored thing, where in America, some people look at it as a derogatory word that we shouldn't use. That's how come she got that hate. And she was trying to say, hey, in South Africa, this is a word that we use. So she didn't feel like she deserved to have any backlash. I said, it's the way how she handled it. She should have addressed it and taught people how the word is used in South Africa. So I asked some people in South Africa, and this is what I got. As a colored woman from South Africa, I would feel entirely out of place referring to myself as anything but that. It's not only about race, but a community of people that created a culture rich in history and certainly something to be proud of. Trevor Noah explained this several years ago in his comedy. Let's all take time to learn about each other before getting offended. That's what I love about my comment section. We're all good people. Let's learn from each other. Let's talk. And I think that's the only wrong thing that Tyler did is instead of avoiding the question and not talking about it, speak about it. Here is another somebody else from our comment section. If a white person or black is classified as is, why is colored such an issue? Oh, please. In South Africa, as a diverse community, our racial demographic is as follows: Black Africans, colored Africans, Indian Africans, and white Africans. She put Taylor, but she meant Tyler, is not wrong. That's how we refer to in South Africa. Why should you be ashamed of your heritage? Or should we change it to mixed race? I am colored and proud of it. If I must say, is the world only black or white? What about the other race groups? No racial groups should be identified, and we rather be called South Africans or Americans. No division. What a great world where we just all human beings. All right, so that was two South African takes. And like I said, that is a word that is commonly used there. And I get a lot of people have never been to South Africa, so let's bridge the gap. And like I've said 2 weeks ago, Black people need to come together as one and understand each other, whether you're in England, whether you're in on the continent of Africa or in the country of South Africa or America or in Canada. Let's all unite and come together and love each other. All right. Lastly, Alice, who's the comment that I read yesterday, she commented and I said, hey, Alice, I'm starting this comment section because of you, or this new segment because of you. And she goes, let's go for the new segment. You have a great idea. Reading a comment a day proves that you care and you acknowledge our efforts to leave them. We do so because we like you and respect the way you bring the news to us. Well, I do. She also put this, which I thought was hilarious. She said, I've been saying let's go after every sentence since I've been part of the TOL family. My kids think I'm funny when I do it. They usually say I'm not that funny, so a win is a win. Let's go. That's hilarious. When I saw that, I could picture you like with your kids getting them ready for school. Be like, all right, kids, you ready? Let's go. That's hilarious. Anyways, shout out to Alice. Thanks. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. And let me know if you guys like this segment. Like I said, I'll pick one comment today, whether it be about a topic that I asked you guys for or something fun. Maybe I'll do both. I'll pick something serious like the South African colored issue, and I'll do something fun. All right. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. I'm reading all the comments. I'm watching y'all. All right, this brings us to social discussion of the day. An ex-user calls out Tamera's husband, Adam, for supporting the Trump administration's idea to ban buying junk food on food stamps. He says, the ex-user said, you grew up wealthy. You have no idea what it's like to be on assistance. So I don't know if this is a conversation about like the right message and the wrong messenger. But I'm going to read to you a little bit of what he wrote, and then we'll see. We told you guys about this story, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, where the Trump administration is thinking about taking away the ability to buy junk food with food stamps. And I was like, geez, I'm a health conscious person. I think this is a good idea. But apparently Alex said the same thing and he's getting backlash. Sorry, not Alex, Adam. Did I say Alex before? Adam. Anyways, Tamera's husband, Adam, is getting dragged over on X for supporting the potential ban on junk food for food stamps. Adam shared a story about how he used to see people cheat the system growing up, so he believes there is a need for regulation. X-users thought that his story was false and that he was out of touch with how poor people actually really live. So Alex said, as a kid who grew up in a neighborhood grocery store since I was 5, I could tell y'all how many times I have seen people come in and buy crap food for their kids with food stamps, then open their wallet and buy cash and use their cash for cigarettes and alcohol. Then they would be those who would repeatedly buy lemons, get the change, walk out, throw them out the door, and then do it again until they had enough money to buy more alcohol and cigarettes. as a kid, it really made me upset because there were some people who would really use the help, and then there was other peoples who worked the system. So people in the comment section were like, yeah, you don't get change anymore, so that whole buying lemons and throwing it away doesn't work. But I really think, y'all let me know what you guys think about this, but I really think it's the right message, wrong messenger of a white entitled person talking about this. People in the comment section were like, yo, you're from Napa, California, I think, and you're from privilege, so don't tell poor people what to do and what they're going through. And I see where they're coming from. I totally get it. But I think at the end of the day, I think the initiative should be what we should be concerned about. And if Trump, as his administration, wants kids to be healthier, then I don't see anything wrong with that. Like I said, I thought it was a really good idea. Now, coming from the other side, I get it. If you're growing up, you don't have much, and you're on food stamps, and you do have a kid, sure, you want to, life is tough, right? And you want to reward your kids sometimes with being able to be like, listen, let me buy you this bubble gum or buy you this or whatever. So I understand what he's trying to say, and I understand what the people in the comment section are trying to say. But ultimately, the government is saying, okay, we'll put you on a program and we'll help you. And the money that we help you with, we want you to put that to good use. So you're not allowed to buy any of these things. And now we're going to include junk food in those things. If you want with your own money, you could buy your kids Hubba Bubba if you want. You know what I mean? So do they still have Hubba Bubba? Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. At the end of the day, we don't want our kids eating bad junk food, especially on a government assisted program. That's just what I think. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to question of the day. All right, this is a good one. What is the absolute worst smell ever? Somebody said BBL smell and veneer breath. What? What's BBL smell? Maybe she means like BBL, like when you first get it. I know a girl that actually just came back from getting a BBL. She just came back from Miami. Maybe I'll go see her and see how that smells. Somebody said other people's, when they pass wind. Earring backs. What is the joke with earring backs? I mean, I used to wear earrings and I don't remember my earring backs smelling bad, but everybody says how bad they smell. Let's see. Obviously, there's a lot of things I can't say. Somebody said, I have to say cigarettes, 1000%. I just don't know if it's the absolute worst smell. I think cigarette smell is more just it's an annoying smell because it kind of lingers and stays in your clothes, What else? Broccoli, but it tastes so good. Broccoli doesn't have the best smell, but it's not the worst smell. Somebody said when my dog passes wind. Yo, that's true. Dogs are just, facts. Can I say fart? Will YouTube suppress my video? Dog farts. Let's just see if it gets suppressed. Somebody said hot cheese. Hot cheese. Yeah, cheese can smell like pretty bad. Somebody said the back tooth. Ooh. I don't know if I could say some of these things. And you know what? It's pretty gross. I don't even want to say it. It's something that women go through. Okay, I'm not going to say this. Gosh, guys. Somebody said funk and cologne, worst combination. Who does that? Do people really do that? You really are stinking out here, and instead of taking a shower, you put cologne on? That's just bad. All right. Somebody said being broke. That's hilarious. What else? Stage 3 or 4 bed sores. Somebody said public restrooms. Yo, I won't go into a public bathroom. Nah, dude. Sorry. Somebody said public bathrooms smell sometimes. Yes, when public bathrooms smell really bad, I can't use them. No. Somebody said little kids' breaths. Hot morning breath. Yeah, I really don't like that. Okay, I cannot say this. I cannot say that. I'm sure you guys could just imagine. All right. So somebody said me after eating eggs. Okay, this was going to be better here. Somebody said Elon Musk. He actually doesn't look like he smells all that great, though, to be honest. He looks like he smells like he's wet. Like a wet dog. He looks like he feels like clammy. You know what I mean? Anyways, somebody said a hater. That's hilarious. The worst smell ever is a hater. Definitely. Spoiled potatoes. Do spoiled potatoes smell bad? I'm not a big cook. All right. Somebody said a dead rodent. True. Yeah, if you ever live with mice, yikes. It's the worst. Ugh. Somebody said body odor. I don't know if it's the worst though. I want to hear the worst. Like the worst. Somebody said body. Vinegar. I kind of like odd smells like gasoline and vinegar and nail polish. I don't know what I like about it. I don't like love it, but I like when it's like an intense smell. Freshly cut grass. I love the smell of freshly cut grass. Oh, a wet dog. Yeah, that could be really bad. Yeah. The breath I'm smelling right now. Somebody said feet inside of a belly button. Smelling inside of a belly button. All right. It's really, somebody said burnt popcorn. No, burnt popcorn tastes bad. It doesn't really smell bad. All right. I'm going to have to depend on you guys in the comment section. Somebody said a funky cat, but they're not really referring to the cat. Yeah, I'm going to refer to you guys in the comment section. Come up with something good, man. What's a good like smell that like you cannot handle that's really bad? The absolute worst smell ever. Let me know. And if somebody answers a good one, I'll say it tomorrow in the comment section. Give me some good ones, y'all. Let me know in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to sports news. I was about to say sports news of the day. This brings us to sports news. Anthony Edwards tells former President Brack Obama and 76ers player Joel Embiid to stand down after questioning his game on the court. All right, people were saying that Anthony Edwards should have had a little bit more respect for Brack Obama. I'm going to play the clip for you. I wish we had a little bit more context because it actually cuts and Brack Obama starts like a voiceover. So I have a feeling like this has to do with like a Netflix special or something. So if it was really that bad, I don't think Brack Obama would use it. But again, I just don't know what it's for. And people in the comment section were like, Anthony Edwards is young. He's 23 years old. You know, when Brack was president, it wasn't his time. So he's not going to respect him the same way. Who cares? He was the first black president. He was the president of the United States, regardless of whatever race he was. You still have to have a little bit of a difference of how you speak and you communicate with a president or former president. But then there's some people in the comment section who are like, yo, that's what I like about Ant. It doesn't matter who you are. He's going to talk to you however you want. So again, this could be, again, in social discussion. I'll play the video for you and we'll see what you guys think. Take a listen.
What do you think about this young guy? He can hoop a little bit, huh? Just a little bit. Huh?
Y'all better stand down. I'm the truth.
He's the truth. He said he's the truth. Yeah.
D-boy, no.
I guess.
Hold on now. Hold on.
Huh?
Don't talk. We ain't gonna do all that.
LeBron. Come on. Listen, are y'all talking to this young man? Because he just keeps on. Right now, he just said he's the truth.
You asked him. You tell him the whole context of the situation, though. You asked him what he think about this young man, and he said, "I'm okay." I said, "I'm the truth." He's tripping. That's what happened.
What's wrong with that?
You could tell that Brack was a little like uncomfortable. That's what he called like LeBron over. Like, LeBron, oh, have you talked to this guy? And then I think it was KD. It's like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. So I don't know. Like I said, I need context. Is it like a couple of dudes just, I don't know where they are, but talking about ball? Because if it is, you're talking about ball, then at the end of the day, no, you're not the president or former president. You're just around some brothers talking about basketball. So of course you're going to be talking like that. So I'm really on the fence of this one. I don't know. I think I really have to side on Anthony Edwards' side of this. At the end of the day, if you're just around your boys, then it doesn't matter your title and you should be able to talk to them however you want. So when I actually first started this, I was thinking he was wrong. But now that I look at it and watch it again and think about it, he wasn't disrespectful to him. He was just treating him like how we would treat anybody there and be like, what? You're talking about my game? Yo, stand down. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you know? So yeah, shout out to Anthony Edwards, you know? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for kicking it with me. This is a wrap on today's show, today's Thursday show. Yo, the weekend is one day away, and let's go. I am so excited. I cannot wait to come on this mic tomorrow and be like, it's Friday. Oh, I just had to get that out just to get me a little excited, get me through the day, man. Thank you so much for kicking it with me. Before I let you guys go, just want to remind you of all the ways to keep up to date with the Trend Out Loud podcast. For my YouTubers who are used to watching this show on YouTube and you're going on a flight, you're going in the car and you're thinking, wow, I would really like to listen to the Trend Out Loud podcast, but I don't have internet right now, or I can't watch it right now on my phone. Well, guess what? We're available on all podcast platforms. You could just download the show and take it with you and listen to it anywhere. Just go to your desired site. We're available on all podcast platforms. Type in Trend Out Loud. The show will pop up. Do not forget to hit the follow or subscribe button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new show. And just like YouTube, we upload daily. You know, we stay working for y'all, man. Vice versa, for those people who are used to and more comfortable listening to the show on podcast platforms, thank you so much. But I would love for you to try to check me out on YouTube. It is a fun environment over here. If you think I'm animated on audio, wait till you see me live and in person on your screen. It's like we're hanging out together, you know? So try to come watch us on YouTube. We play videos, we put up pictures. So it's a different experience. And more importantly, we have a great comment section going on over here at YouTube. It is a community that I am very proud to be building. So if you're used to watching us on podcasts, please try to check us out on YouTube. Just go to YouTube, type in your Trend Out Loud, the show will pop up. Same thing as always. Please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Please hit the like button. Please comment. And if you can, if you want to, share the show or share the episode because it definitely helps in growing the channel. For those of you who want to follow me, I'm available on all social platforms and it's always the same handle, Trend Out Loud. I also put my comments up on my Instagram story, so it's fun to see me over there too. So check me out on Instagram. But I'm available on all social platforms. Once again, thank you so much for kicking with me on this Thursday. I hope you have a great day. We'll see you for tomorrow's Friday. Yo, the weekend is close, yo. One more day. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trend Out Loud.